Well, Deputy Minister of Employment and Labour, Jomo Sibiya, joins us again now to take this discussion even further. Deputy Minister, thank you so much for joining us. Quite a lot that you found there in the Northwest. Perhaps we start with what prompted this raid. What is it that made you say, this is what we need to do, and particularly in the Northwest?
This is the work that we do every day as the Department of Employment and Labour, led by the Minister. But what has given rise to us even ramping up our operations is the level of non-compliance that we observe in the entire country. And Northwest is one of those provinces where the level of non-compliance by the employers is very high. So we are targeting some provinces, we are targeting some employers deliberately, because for us to be able to achieve what we seek to achieve, we need to be deliberate in what we do, but also we need to be systematic. Because if we don't ramp up and intensify inspection and enforcement in the country, we're going to have a situation where all the labor laws are disregarded, but also even the migration laws and policies are being disregarded by the employers, both the employers who are coming outside the country and the ones who are coming from South Africa. So that's the work that we are doing every day, and we are going to even intensify it more to try and bring law and order into the space of labor and employment.
You know, there's a statement from your department that spoke of this blitz, and what the statement says, and I'm going to read from it if you'll allow me: child labor continues to be a persistent issue affecting millions of children globally, including South Africa. I mean, what have you found in instances where we've seen that, as well as you continue to run this blitz?
Yes, the issue of child labor is very persistent, in particular in Northwest. It's the province where we have found that there is quite a number of employers who are employing children who are not supposed to be at work, supposed to be at school, being educated and shaping their future. But you find that because the agricultural sector is very big in the Northwest, that's one sector that is vulnerable, that employs children, but also got parts that are rural. Rural communities are the ones as well that are very challenged when it comes to the issues of child labor because of also lack of information. One of the most important things is that we can't allow children to be at work instead of being at school. If we don't protect our children as the society, but as well as government, we'll be failing the future of this country. Every child deserves to be protected by us, all of us, both the society and government. We have a responsibility of protecting children to make sure that we shape their future. So that's why the department is saying we are looking towards even intensifying more in the Northwest province, because it's where we've identified the issue of child labor being rife. We have seen yesterday 7 Chinese being sentenced to 20 years. Those Chinese, amongst the 91 Malawians, some of them were employed at the age of 14. That is child labor at its best. So currently they are 17. In fact, when we arrested them, they were 17, but they were employed at 13, at 14. So you can see that if we don't deal with the scourge of child labor in our own country, we'll be failing the future of the country. The International Labour Organization is against it, and it has stipulated the age of the age between teenagers, children, and the infants. So anything below 15 years, that is child labor.
Yeah.
That's what the International Labour Organization is saying. And we are living up to that standard because we are signatories of the International Labour Organization and want to pursue all our people and employers to desist in employing children, to desist in allowing their children to go while they're supposed to be at school.
You know, this Chinese-owned brickmaking company in Rustenburg that we saw, you know, having that blitz today with our very own reporter, Refula Soboko there, they obviously now have been shut down for the violations that you found as you arrived on that site. But how do you ensure that a month from now, 2 months from now, they continue, their operations are back up again, and they've got other very desperate people working for them. How do you ensure that that stays in place?
Maybe on that one, let's start by saying it is very disturbing that even today we went to another employer, which is a Chinese-owned company again, and the modus operandi is the same. We went to Free State 3 weeks back. It was the same story. Those who were sentenced yesterday, it was the same story. And the company we were at today, the same story. The modus operandi is the same. And that's why I was saying it looks like there is a mafia style kind of an operation that they are using. And we want to dismantle that network that they are using. In that company, when we arrived in the morning, about 70 of illegal foreign immigrants ran away from us. They were assisted by the employer to evade us and with Home Affairs and SAPS because they know very well that they are employing people who are illegal in the country and they are deliberate in doing that. In that company as well, as you are saying, one of the things that we are looking at is the level of non-compliance in terms of how they are paying their workers. And how they continue to have other businesses within the premises. We found that they are selling chickens in that company. We found that they have a tuck shop in that company. And that is not allowed because their business license is bricks manufacturing. So the modus operandi amongst these Chinese companies is really, really similar. It seems as if they are coordinated. That's why we are going to continue as well targeting them. And we are making sure that this can continue. When it comes to what you have asked regarding them continuing to operate even after we have prohibited the company to continue, what has happened is that we have when we went there, we identified quite a number of areas where they are not complying with our labor laws. Whether you talk about the UIF, which is the UI Act, where they're supposed to register workers in the UIF fund, the workers are not registered there. And when it comes to compensation fund as well, the COIDA Act, we found that the company has only, the last time they contributed was 4 years back, meaning those workers, if they got injured, if they die, they won't benefit from the fund. Same as UIF, they won't be able to benefit from the fund if they get to lose their jobs. Then we realized that this is a company that is deliberate and they understand that they are going to continue doing what they are doing because they can pay fines. So for us to stop such things, we need to act swiftly and be hard. When it comes to occupational health and safety, we found that their electrical installations, they are not in order. We found that there is dust, which is having elements of silico dust, which can cause the silicosis disease, which we know that it is one of the diseases that has killed quite a number of people because there is a mine dump kind of a sand that is in that company. And they are not giving their workers any protective clothing, whether it's masks, it's boots, it's overalls. So we had to prohibit them even on that. When it comes to the issue as well of the medical assessment, those workers have never been assessed when it comes to their medical status. We don't know how fit they are. What is their health status? The laws are regulating and are stipulating that such companies must make sure that they take their employees to do medical assessments, and they haven't done that. And remember, there is also that silico dust that is there. So we said they can't continue operating up until they take all those workers to do medical checkups. They can't continue to operate up until they fix their electrical installations, up until they deal with all the issues that we have identified in the company. Then our inspectors will go and inspect whether they've been able to fix everything that we said they must fix. Yeah. They must be able to pay people the amount of salaries that we expect them to pay, because they are not giving those the workers pay slips. They are not paying them in terms of the minimum wage standards. So up until they fix all of that, they are not going to operate. And our inspectors are going to be very, very clear and are going to be there each and every day to monitor that nothing happens there up until everything is fixed and they comply with the laws of the Republic.
Yeah. Deputy Minister, well, keep us updated, certainly as you continue with the work, but we really do appreciate your time this evening. Deputy Minister there for Employment and Labour, Mr. Jomo Sibiya.